Marvel Storytime, Guardians of the Galaxy, Family Affair.
On a quiet night in the galaxy,
The Guardians were gathered in a Milano, waiting for their next big mission. Gamora was thinking about her adopted sister, Nebula. She couldn't help but think about their history and the sibling rivalry that started early in their lives. As young girls, Gamora and Nebula has been taken in by the most fierce supervillain in the universe.
Thanos.
Thanos had been a harsh parent to Gamora and Nebula. To inspire competition between the two, he forced them to fight each other over and over again. Gamora ran away from her evil family in search of something better. She joined Star-Lord on his adventures, but she often wished Nebula would have joined them too. Just then, the ship's incoming message light began to blink. The Guardians all huddled over the light. "Oh boy," Rocket said. "Nebula has stolen a device from
Nova Corps.
and they need our help. Beep, beep, beep." The Guardians sprang into action. Gamora guided Rocket and Star-Lord as they flew the Milano, chasing after Nebula. Gamora knew she couldn't let Nebula get away. They flew through the galaxy, following Gamora's lead. They landed on planet
Morano.
and Star-Lord was skeptical, but Gamora had a feeling. "If this is where you're hiding," Gamora muttered as they landed. Then,
"I'll find you."
she'd caught Nebula stealing in the past and had learned that she was wired into a whole underground network for black market goods, linked by the
Subterranean tunnels
of Morag. Gamora ran ahead of the rest of the Guardians. She navigated the street until she spotted an old wooden door with strange markings etched into it. Gamora descended a creaky stairway into the darkness below. At the bottom of the stairs, a tunnel branched off in two directions. Gamora looked one way, then the other. Suddenly, she spotted a discarded clock a few meters down one of the tunnels. Gamora knew it must belong to Nebula.
She was on the right track.
Soon, Gamora saw a shaft of light where the tunnel ended, leading into a large room. She crept toward the entrance slowly. "Is someone there?" Nebula's voice rang out. "Why don't you quit skulking in shadows and join me?"
Busted.
Gamora entered the room to find Nebula standing in a corner holding a strange-looking device. It was round and covered with dials and buttons. Gamora thought it must be some kind of weapon. Gamora," Nebula said. "What a very
Unpleasant
surprise." "Sister," Gamora said plainly, "Nova Corp is missing a very specific piece of a technology. Using this tech before it's ready causes immediate contamination, making it super dangerous. Is that it?" She gestured toward the object in Nebula's hand. Nebula smirked. "What? This old thing?" "Nope, garage sale." Gamora gritted her teeth. "Give it to me." Nebula's eye narrowed. "Make me." Gamora dived at Nebula, knocking the device out of her sister's hand as she fought back. It was like no time had passed between the two, as they sparred like they had as children. And just like when they were young,
only one could emerge the winner.
"Enough!" Nebula bellowed when she gained hold of the device again. She pressed a button and Gamora froze. In horror, Gamora watched her arm lower itself and drop her sword.
Nebula seemed to be controlling her body with the device.
"Clever, isn't it?" Nebula said. "They're doing all sorts of wonderful things with technology in Nova Corps these days. Imagine all the trouble I can cause now. Suddenly, Starwood burst into the room.
Not so fast. When you mess with Gamora, you mess with all of us.
Gamora couldn't smile, but she cheered on the inside. Her friends had followed her trail and found her. Rocket ran behind Star-Lord holding a giant cannon. Then Drax came in. He looked over at Gamora and said, "Why is she just standing there?" "Okay," Star-Lord said to Nebula. "We can do this easy way or the fun way." Nebula grinned.
Let's have some fun, should we?
Shall we? She then pressed the button on the device and thrust it in the Guardian's direction. The whole team froze where they were. Nebula turned her back to the Guardians, and as she was distracted, Rocket felt his hand was still free. He shot his cannon, destroying the Nova Corps
The freezer.
device. As the device shattered, the Guardians were released from Nebula's hold. The Guardians flexed their limbs as they regained control of their bodies. Gamora picked up the sword and turned to face Nebula. But her sister was already on the move. The Guardians followed Nebula into the tunnels. Gamora was the first to catch up with her sister, the thief. "You want us hang back while you take her?" Star-Lord asked Gamora as the Guardians caught up. Gamora nodded.
Her real family were by her side.
And she needed their help to defeat her adopted sister. With Drax's help, Gamora was launched toward Nebula and gave a huge punch to Nebula. But that Nebula was down, the Guardians grabbed the device and handcuffed the villain. Just
Another job done.
for Gamora's real family.